It is currently Saturday, May 17th, and I've made $3,787 this week clipping. And no, I'm not some guru who makes all of my money selling a course to people or running big clipping campaigns for music artists and things like that. I'm actually somebody who's in the trenches just like you, editing videos on my laptop all day and running clipping accounts and hoping that one of my videos goes viral so I can make an extra $100. And unlike most of the videos with a similar title, I'm not here to show off my lifestyle or the car that I have or where I live or an apartment. I'm just here to simply tell you what I do and the three main factors that got me here where I can now consistently make thousands and thousands of dollars every single week just from clipping. So before we start, let's break down where this money came from. So the first one is going to be a $500 deal that came from setting up a WAP. And something I want a lot of you newer editors and clippers to understand is that once you get into the whole clipping game, you're going to realize that you're going to need to do a lot more for your clients than just clipping to make more money for them. So this is a client that I had worked for before. I had been doing simple editing work for him. I had been running clipping pages for him. And eventually I, pitched the idea to set up a WAP campaign for him. So I added an extra $500 to our usual deal to set up this WAP and manage the WAP for him. So that was the first deal, a $500 deal. And then there was also another $500 on that same client for just, running one clip page. So that's a total of $1,000 for this one client where I am managing a clipping campaign for him and also running one clipping page for him. And then we made $350 from a similar clipping deal where I'm sending one clip per day to one of my creators. The clips vary in style. Some of them are some basic edit style clips where I just throw some B-roll over some music and, structure them in a way that looks nice over some music and put some corny caption at the top. And I'm getting paid $350 to send one of these per day. And we also mix in some YouTube cut style clips where I take a portion of his YouTube videos, cut it up, throw some captions on it, some music, simple B-roll. And like I said, we're doing one of those per day and it comes out to $350 a month, which is honestly a very low deal. But again, something I want you guys to realize, especially if you're newer clippers, is that if you find creators who you trust, who you like their content, who you like their connections, you like the people that they are from their content, and you know that they're connected to more big creators, honestly, don't be scared to do cheap work. I'm still doing cheap work because I know that working with a certain creator is going to pay off someday. So then we have another $250 from this same creator who wants me to run a business style clip page for him where I'm posting those same clips that I had mentioned before, where there's something simple, B-roll over some music with some type of text over it. And I'm just spamming those, and we're doing one per day also for another $250, which again is on the lower end, but considering who the creator is, I'm okay with doing it. And then I landed a $1,400 deal, and this one is a little bit complicated. So with this creator, I was doing work for him prior, and he wanted me to set up a clipping campaign on WAP and also edit one clip per day for the main account. They're doing a week-long live stream marathon, and basically what I have to do is set up a WAP clipping campaign, throw in a $750 or so budget, manage the clipping campaign, and also edit and post one video per day on their main account. Now this breaks down to about $200 for a management fee for managing the clipping campaign, $750 or so to go into the WAP clipping campaign. So $750 is not actually mine, and then the remainder, about $420, goes to me for editing and posting one clip per day. So in total, it's a $1,400 deal that honestly doesn't take too much work, but it is going to be a bigger deal because there's more money involved and I do have to manage some more clippers. So realistically, it doesn't take up too much of my time. But like I said before, around $750 of this $1,400 goes to the clipping campaign. So I'm not pocketing all of it. I'm pocketing only around $700 or so from this deal, but still it's worth it because it doesn't take up much of my time. And I'm only editing and posting one clip per day and just taking some time out of my day to manage the clipping group. And then we had a $122 invoice paid out. And this was for, again, editing some clips and posting one clip per day on one of my clients' accounts. This is something that honestly didn't take too much of my time. It was pretty simple, and I did get paid on the low end for it because I wanted to test it out. I wanted to see if the work was going to be something I want to do in the future. So I only made about $122 from this. Breaking it down, I only made about $10 per clip on this deal, but honestly, it wasn't bad because these clips were very easy. They took very little time to make, so I wasn't really stressing it. So that got paid this week as well. Then we had a $300 upfront payment for clips that I'm going to be posting throughout the next couple weeks. And this is for also one clip per day, but we also added a bonus. So on top of that $300, I'm actually going to be pocketing the full amount that the Creator Rewards program pays for the TikTok page that I'm going to be running. This could be anywhere from $100 to $200+ in total. I should be making over $500 a month on this deal, but upfront payment was only $300, so we collected that this week as well. And then we had about $230 coming from WAP payments. This could be anything from, you know, my own clipping that I'm doing on WAP. Like I said, I'm also in the trenches clipping on WAP, just like you guys for some of my clients. So $230 came in for whatever clipping deals I'm working with. I'll show you guys a couple right now. This is one for moving merch that I've been working on. He has great content and I trust him and I want to see him get results. So I started doing clipping for him on WAP. And then this one right here is for Sebastian Wolfgram, another client that I really trust and that I really want to see grow. So I decided to do some clipping for him as well. I also got paid a couple payments from my exclusive group called Clipping Mastery, where basically I take people in to be a part of my personal team, where I give them access to my personal clients to work with them directly so that they can get paid retainer deals for clipping. It's just a great way for me to get people that I know I can trust because they made an initial investment, so I can give them more resources, and they're also taking time to learn from the course that I give them in this exclusive group. But I don't add this in this total of money that I made throughout the week because I want this specifically to be about clipping, not my exclusive group. So in total, like I said before, it was $3,787 came in this week, and it was honestly a good week. We closed a lot of deals, we got a lot of work done, but there still is a lot of work to come with all this money that we got paid. So now I'm going to break down the 3 most important factors that actually got me here making, you know, $3,700 in a week. And first is honestly going to be, you know, just building up this skill. The skill is honestly not just video editing. And a lot of people get too caught up on the idea that they need to learn how to be a really good video editor to get good at clipping, but the reality is you don't need a lot of video editing skills. Back then, you know, 3 years ago, back in 2020, 2021, people were hiring really good video editors to do good work, and the people who didn't know much about video editing but just knew how to clip were getting paid very little. Once the TikTok Creator Rewards program came around, now we saw a slight shift, right? We saw people who maybe didn't have the best editing skills but just knew how to put out a lot of clips every single day and knew what made a good clip, and they were just clip farming. Now they started to make a little more money, and now that devalued the people who were really good at editing. And then it came to a point where they were almost at the same level, right? You had people who were really good at editing, but they're not getting paid as much anymore, because you also had these people who weren't that good at editing but were getting really good results and getting a lot of views for creators. So now they were at this even point. Unfortunately for the good editors now, there's been a shift to where easier edits, faster edits are actually getting paid more because they're bringing more results for creators, and results driven clipping is now way more important than any quality edits, crazy effects, or anything that you can add in the editing software. So in these days, you really don't have to be the best at editing. You don't need to know all there is to know about editing. You just need to know how to put a good clip together. You have to know how to get people's attention using the footage that you're provided, and you have to know how to structure a clip to keep people watching the clip throughout the whole video, because that's all that makes a clip go viral. So that's the only skill you really need when it comes to clipping, is you need to know how to drive results with clipping. And all you need to drive results with clipping is to hold retention. You have to be able to get people to watch your clip from beginning to end. If you can do that, you will make your creators go viral, and you will get paid more for it, and you will hold clients more, you'll get more referrals, and in the end, you're just gonna make more money. So that's number 1, is the skill. And no, it's not video editing. Like I just said, don't worry too much about video editing. The first thing you need to do is study what makes a good clip. You need to hyper focus on what makes a good hook, what makes people stay to watch a clip. And any style of clip it may be. It could be stream clips, it could be lifestyle clips, it could be YouTube cut clips, it could be talking head clips, it could be ad creative clips. It doesn't matter what it is. Whenever it comes to the clip that you're making, you need to understand what makes people stay to watch that entire clip based on the style and the customer profile that you're targeting with that clip. If you can figure out what makes people stay from beginning to end in the style that you're clipping for, you're going to win, you're going to bring results, and you're going to get paid more. So that is the skill you need, and that's the skill that I've built up when it comes to clipping. I have clients that don't want to let me go, and they will pay whatever I ask because they know that I know what a good clip is structured like, and I know how to make a good clip out of any footage that I'm provided with. If you can learn that skill, which is exactly what I'm trying to teach people on my YouTube, in my exclusive group, in my free Discord, then you will be paid the most money that a clipper has ever seen before. And the best way to figure out what makes a good clip is simply by studying what people are doing on social media today. Spend time on Instagram, spend time on TikTok, spend time on YouTube. This is the only acceptable time to doom scroll, is if you're sitting there studying the clips that people are making right now and what's making them so successful. Study the first 3 seconds of the clip and see and understand, really think about what is making this clip go viral. In the first 3 seconds, what makes people so interested in this clip? And then after that, the rest of the clip, hyper focus on the small details, on every single cut, every single sound effect that's used. If there's any captions that are used, hyper focus on every single small detail throughout the clip and analyze why it made the clip do so well, and then apply that to the footage that you're using in any way that you can. Number 2 is communication. And this comes into once after you've understood the skill of clipping, right? You need to learn how to communicate, because you need to learn how to close your own clients. You're not going to make over $3,000 a week clipping on WAP unless you get really lucky with a creator who's going all in on content rewards or clipping. You need to learn communication. You need to learn how to be able to reach out to creators, how to connect with creators, how to show that your work is worth what you're saying is worth. And honestly, the best way to build your communication skills, if you don't have great communication skills yet, is to simply join groups. Join free clipping groups, join as many campaigns as you can on WAP, and engage with the community. Join all the clipping groups that you can find that are free and engage with their community. Engage with the people that are running them. Engage with the people that are also clipping. Engage with creators on WAP. Try to reach out to them. Try to get their attention. Try to talk to them. Try to give them some type of value if you have any. And I'm sure if you've learned the skill and if you've mastered the skill of clipping, then you will have some value to provide to people. Once you have that value to provide to people, then you have everything you need to start practicing your communication skills. I will not be where I am today if I did not learn how to communicate with my creators. Now I know exactly how to target my creators' pain points. I know exactly what value to provide for them. I know when to say something. I know when not to say something. And this only nourishes your connections more. And then lastly is value add. Once you join a new campaign on WAP or once you close a new client, you need to add more value than is stated in your deal. And I know this is scary because you feel like you're wasting time. You feel like you're wasting your resources. You feel like you're wasting your money. But in reality, adding value to the right creators will be your catapult to success in the clipping game. You need to learn how to do more than you said you were going to do. You need to learn how to overachieve in every aspect when it comes to clipping, because if you can overachieve, especially with clients that are quality, it will pay dividends in the long run, because these guys will trust you, they will love your work, they will never leave you, and they will refer you to everybody that they know that needs clipping. And if you don't know, clipping is one of the most important pieces of the whole creator economy puzzle. If you have mastered the skill of clipping, you have locked in your communication skills, and you can provide real value on top of what you offer in your basic deals, you have the perfect formula to be a successful clipper. And I'm not talking $500, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month clipping. I'm talking about real money. I'm talking about full-time income from clipping. And I'm not talking you have to be in the trenches working 12 hours a day. I'm saying you can be closing $2,000 deals per creator. To give you an example of what value add looks like in a WAP clipping campaign, which is what most of you have direct access to, there's no excuse why you shouldn't be joining WAP campaigns, giving more value than you should be, and connecting with high level creators. This is exactly what I did to close a $2,500 a month clipping deal with a creator. And all I did was simply join a clipping campaign. I did the best work I fucking could. I did the best job that I could possibly do, right? Because I knew that the creator was valuable and that the creator was high quality. So I wanted to target that creator. I wanted to do something that set me apart from the average clipper. So I did the best work that I could do. I got results. I got, over 1 million views in the first month of clipping. I grew the clipping account to over 1,000 followers in the first couple of weeks. And automatically I stood out from the rest, and they knew that I was somebody that they could trust, and they knew that I was somebody that they wanted to pay more to keep doing what I was doing. So once I built up the results for that creator, which is doing way more than the average clipper does today. So I was adding value, right? I wasn't just doing the basic, 1 clip today, no clip tomorrow, 2 clips the next day. I was doing 3 clips every single day, pumping quality clips. I did research. I figured out what style of clips that specific content creators ICP would like and would stick to and would actually watch every single day. And I started blasting those every single day, 3 per day for 2 weeks, a month, over a month straight. And that's how I got real results. Once those real results were built up, I was able to directly contact this creator and say, hey, I don't want to just clip on WAP. I want to do more for you. I want to train the rest of your clippers. I want to manage the rest of your clippers. And I also want to keep going with the clipping that I'm currently doing. And for that, I'm going to make over $2,000 a month doing that. And you can do this with as many creators as you can possibly find. Obviously, sometimes you're not always going to bring the same results for a creator, but bringing decent results for a creator is not hard if you get in early with them. Find a clipping campaign that's early with a decent creator who has good quality content, and do the best fucking work you can possibly do. Stay consistent. Do it for more than 2 weeks. Do it for at least a month. Once you see the results, directly contact them and close a big deal. That's all it takes. And from there, you will only grow. You'll start to get more referrals. They'll talk to people that they know. You'll start to network with more clippers, and it's exponential from there. So again, the 3 things that it took me to start making $3,000 a week with clipping: learning the skill of clipping, not just video editing, but what actually makes a good clip, dialing in my communication skills with talking to creators, talking to other clippers, talking with people in general, and adding value to everything that I fucking do. These 3 things will catapult you to success in clipping. And from there, the world is yours. You can enter any online business you want. You can take those skills and go into any type of online business that you would like and make exponentially more money than clipping would ever make you. That is all I have for you guys today. If you are interested in joining my private team where I give you a full A to Z course on clipping and also access to my personal clients where you can get retainer deals, bonuses, and also exclusive clipping campaigns before everybody else, then be sure to check the first link in my description. If you would like to join my free Discord and get on a free 15-minute call, then be sure to also click the second link in my description. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I wish you all the best luck in your clipping journey.